Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the second video in today's three-part series where I'm sharing with you real-time DIY spacation treatments. In the first video, we talked about how I maintain my wash and go for up to 14 days. So in that video, we kind of set the hair and now we're letting it steam under our cap. I forgot to mention in that video, you could let this process happen overnight. I just don't like to sleep with a conditioning cap on my head, so that's why I do it during the day. If you don't have time to let your hair steam during the day or overnight, what you could do is use a steam cap. An attachment like this, attach it to a blow dryer, or if you have a hooded blow dryer, you could use that and just sit beneath it for about 10 minutes and you'll get a similar effect. Okay, but the goal and objective is really to allow the heat to again open up that cuticle further and let the water from the steam and also the water we lightly misted to the hair to work with your leave-in conditioner to provide long-term moisture boosts to your strands. Okay, so that's what we're doing now. In this video, we're going to focus on skincare. So I wanted to share with you like one of my favorite detoxifying masks. It is the simplest mask you'll ever make or use. You only need like 2 or 3 ingredients and it only takes 15 minutes, okay? So the first thing I do before I get to the mask part is you wanna make sure that your face is clean. So what I do is I use, you guys know, I love my Clarisonic, and so I use the Clarisonic either deep pore conditioner, or you guys know I'm a big fan of this glycolic cleanser because the glycolic cleanser has additional ingredients that help to exfoliate the skin and release the dead skin and those skin layers and all of those free radicals that attach to your skin. That's really important before you do a mask so that you get rid of all of that gunk, so then your mask doesn't have to work extra hard to get to your freshest layer of skin and deliver all the nutrients and all the benefits it will provide. Okay, so you can use your Clarisonic and just kind of lightly go over the skin. I've already cleansed my skin for the day, but I just wanted to kind of show you what I do. And one of the reasons I like the Clarisonic is because it has these little timed intervals on it. So it will work for like 20 seconds and then it will pulsate. And that lets you know it's time to move to the next section. So you get a really even sort of cleansing and clarification of the skin. Whereas sometimes I felt like when I did it on my own, I maybe spent too much time in one area and neglect another because you're not just really thinking about that. So that's one of the reasons I really like this. This is the Mia 2, by the way. I'll put information related to everything I use in all of these videos, but you guys know I'm a big fan of it. So once you have cleansed your skin, the next thing you want to do is go in and make your mix. All right, so I have already begun that process and I'm going to show you what I'm using. I am using bentonite clay. I picked this up from Whole Foods and I added about 2 tablespoons of that. Then I added scratch that. I did one. This is what happens when you do live, folks. But yeah, I used 1.5 tablespoons of bentonite clay. Then I used 2 tablespoons of water. You could use regular tap water or distilled water. Of course, the distilled water is going to be better, but you could use either or. And then the last ingredients is apple cider vinegar. I use the one with Mother. And I will say this, if you have, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of this as well. If you have very sensitive skin, then I would recommend that you, instead of doing 2 tablespoons, you might only want to do 1 tablespoon because the apple cider vinegar is really the ingredient that kicks the bentonite clay up a notch. Bentonite clay is really good for the skin because it pulls out all of the toxins in your skin and it has so many healing properties to it. Your complexion, your skin is going to look totally different when you use this clay. I'm so not kidding with you guys. Like the first time I used this, I couldn't believe how smooth my skin was. My pores were really, really well refined. Now I'm mixing kind of everything together here. And I'm just gonna mix it together until it's a paste. What you may notice is that it may start to fizz a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's fizzing a little bit now, and that's everything just kind of working together. So you're gonna mix it together thoroughly. I am using a brush that I will later use to apply this to my face, okay? So you're gonna let everything mix together and, you know, just mix it until you get the thickness. You want, make sure everything is mixed together thoroughly. You know, if you feel like it's too watery, add a little bit more clay. If you feel like it's too dry, add a little bit more water to it, or bentonite clay. Okay. All right, so we have cleansed our skin. Right before we put the mask on, we're going to steam our skin. Now, this is a facial steamer I have had for a number of years now. I actually bought this when my daughter was really little, and she's 19 now, y'all. But I use this, and I just steam my face. I used this in the last video to show you how I steam my hair, but I also primarily use it on my face. So you do this, it has a compartment where water goes. Maybe I'll do a review. If you guys want me to do a talk through of this product, I can do that. But yeah, you just put your face over it, and the steam kind of rises, and it opens your pores. The reason that's important to do before your mask is, again, so that those nutrients can get exactly where they need to go and penetrate your pores even more quickly, which is very, very important if you have acne prone skin or if you have oily skin like I do. So you want those pores to be open so you can reap, again, those benefits of the bentonite clay. So I'm going to steam my skin for just a few moments, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now my pores are nice and open, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my clay. You can use your fingers, you don't necessarily have to use a brush. In fact, I'll use my fingers just to demonstrate that. And I just take it and I work it on the skin. You want the thickness to be, I like to get it about 1/4 of an inch. Like, see how thin this is? I like to put it on in layers. So I'll go over it like this first time and put some on, and then I'll go back over it so that it's like maybe 1/4 of an inch thick, but not too thick, otherwise it takes a long time to dry. Also, I don't get it too close to my eyes because I will use like a different product to specifically work on my eyes. But what this clay is going to do, again, is kind of, it will detoxify the skin, pulling out all of the impurities, those free radicals that have settled in the skin. Those are the things that causes your skin to age prematurely and wrinkle prematurely as well. So I'm going to let this dry for just a little bit, and then I'm going to apply another layer. Be right back. Okay, so it's applied, and I just wanted to talk really briefly about the ingredients I used. So I used the apple cider vinegar because it's really great for acne prone skin. Another ingredient that's really great for acne prone skin is and is also very soothing. It isn't as powerful, I guess, would be honey. So instead of adding the apple cider vinegar, you could just use the bentonite clay, water, and honey. That will be very healing to the skin as well. Or if you wanted to do a 2 recipe or 2 ingredient DIY for your mask, you could just use water and the bentonite clay as well. But yeah, I like to use the apple cider vinegar because it works really well on my skin. It punches up the detoxification process while also kind of toning the skin. It really, really works and does wonders on my pores. So I feel that it's a more effective mixture for folks with oily skin like myself. So I'm going to let this stay on for about 15 minutes. If you have very sensitive skin, you might want to let it stay on for 7 to 10 minutes only. And then I'm going to remove it with a warm towel. All right, so I will see you guys in the next video where I will reveal the skin and then we'll wrap up the hair. Thanks for watching. See you next time.